Hello and welcome. If you can't tell by that number 8 there on the gate, today we're visiting the new Tequila Ocho distillery, Los Alambiques, number 1474. We took that Sprinter van right there from Guadalajara and it was about a 2-hour drive. They greeted us with some great sandwiches for all the sustenance that we needed and we're off to the fuels. Are we gonna walk there or are we gonna drive?
Like something
this guy right here. This guy right here. Love this guy right here.
That's like the olden days. Like
we're heading over to the fields so we can harvest some agaves apparently. I hope you guys can hear me with the tractor behind me here, but so we are at the field here. It's actually a field for La Oteña, so this would probably become Tapatio or El Tesoro. But no, we're hanging out with Carlos. Carlos Camarena is teaching us, telling stories, all those things. The tractor's coming more this way, so now you really can't hear me. And we're checking out the Hima, right? The Hima is the harvest of the agaves. We're also drinking a little Ocho. Yeah, so it's just, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna see the process of Ocho and their new home. And there's like, the truck behind me here being filled, and everybody there seeing the Hima. So, saludcita.
So if you ask yourselves eventually where these green herbaceous aromas and flavors in the tequila are coming from, this is one part. But another characteristic that we have in the highlands of Jalisco is also some nice minerality on our tequila. Where the minerality comes from, the soil. If you look at the red color of the soil in this area of the highlands, it is mainly this type of clay full of iron. And the iron has two purposes. Besides the iron providing some minerality into our tequila, and the iron will be, or that minerality will be basically because of the soil and because of the water that we use in the process. Why? Because the water also has a lot of minerals and a lot of iron. This water gets filtrated into the underground, and then when we use that water, also it has a lot of minerals.
Now everybody's getting a chance to try to do the Hima. I've already done it and I almost lost my foot a few times, so I'm gonna skip on this one, but I'll show you guys everybody else trying. So we're drinking some agua de agrio, which is a little plant that they told me kind of like tamarino, but it only grows in a very short period of time. And yeah, so it's super rare. They said it's liquid gold.
A delicious treat.
It's a delicious treat. So we did all the Hima. We hung out with everybody and cut down the agaves. Well, they did. I didn't do it. Now we're heading over to the distillery and we'll hang out there for the rest of the day. So this right here is Ocho's new distillery. After we saw the truck unload all the agaves, Carlos Camarena told us the whole process that goes behind cooking the agave. The importance of the maturity of the agave and the sugar levels. These guys here got to work quickly and started to cut the agaves in pieces and always removing the cogollo. The cogollo is a very fibrous part of the agave. It's pretty much where the quiote starts to grow and it's super, super bitter. So that should always be removed before cooking. After loading the ovens, the agave is then steamed cooked. Once that's done, they look like this. The smell of the oven after it's opened has got to be one of my favorite smells ever. And it tastes great too. As Carlos told us more about the process, we all got to try a few pieces of the cooked agave as well.
I was just watching you.
After the cooking comes the milling, the crushing. Ocho is milled with the roller mill. That's the machine in the back right there. There's also this huge mechanical tahona at this new place too, and I can't wait to see what they make it with it right here. The agave juice runs down and then heads to these tanks here. That is then pumped to the most important part, the fermentation.
These are all the fermentation tanks here at Ocho. It's very similar to La Botella, the way they do it. No, it's still the same tequila, but these are all full. There's some brand new fermentations, some fermentations that are already starting to be done. So we're walking now. Carlos gave us a whole, process of distillation, how important fermentation is. I'm sorry, how, he easily feel the warmth. Like, I wish I could show you guys, but it's warm and humid, like where my hand is. It's crazy. So now we're rushing down to go see Carlos talk about the most important part. Well, not the most important part, but without it, you don't have it. We're going to talk about distillation.
Carlos Camarena then explained to us the science behind all the distillation of Ocho, always done in these copper pots here. Although they had a few stainless steel stills here as well. Remember, tequila should only be distilled twice. Only twice.
There we learned how tequila is made, right? We went through the whole process of the harvesting. We went through the process of cutting the agaves, cooking, milling, fermentation, distillation. Now comes the bottling, right? Then we will do like the whole aging thing, but this is the bottling. I'll show you guys the facility. Okay, so that was the whole production. We saw all the things, we saw the bottling and all that. Now we're just gonna hang out here at the new distillery. This is a beautiful, beautiful place. They have a library with some really special stuff. They do have bottles of puntas, they have bottles of Widow James. They also have a bunch of older ochos. They have even the Europe bottles as well. So if you're planning to come here, you can definitely come and shop. So we're just gonna hang out. I'll show you guys, we're gonna eat. There's beautiful setup here with us. There's music and it's gonna be a good time. So this is a restaurant that Ocho is doing. So soon you'll be able to come hang out, see the view, have tequila, and eat some delicious food too. And Justin is laughing at me because I'm talking at the GoPro. So lunch is done. It's a great time. Now it's gonna get to the real work. I think there might be some tequila tastings happening right now. So now we're gonna have a whole tasting at the cellar. So behind me here, you can see all the barrels that are aging. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. And then here is where we're gonna have the tasting of...
So I've been fortunate enough to have gone to a few distillery trips. And usually how it works is that after lunch, we all get together again and we do a tasting of the current lineup. And I thought that's what was going to happen. Well, we all sit down and then Carlos tells us there is no such thing as a free lunch. So we all have to go to work now. Then he proceeded to tell us that we as a group would democratically choose the blend for the new Ocho Puntas 2023. Seriously, how did I get here? To be able to sit down at this beautiful new place next to legends like Carlos Camarena, of course, and Remy Newland, who is regarded as one of the best palates in the industry. Grover and Scarlett from Tequila Matchmaker were here as well. It was just a gift to be included in a group like this, and we got to work. Carlos then told us all the calculations of dilution and blending. I got to see how water actually impacts tequila, which was crazy. Sometimes more water brought out more pepper and fruit notes. It was awesome. We hung out here for a bit. We joked around with Carla and Marifer Camarena, and then we all voted on what we thought was the best blend. So stay tuned. New Ocho Puntas 2023 is coming and it's delicious.
So guys, we literally blended and picked the 2023 Ocho Puntas, which is like a how the fuck did I get here moment, which is just awesome. Now we're gonna go over to the Cantina de Don Tomás, honoring Tomás Estes. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna hang out, get some drinks. It's an awesome day.
we just had a great time. We had cocktails and we were decompressing about what had just happened. And then someone brings a bottle of Ocho labeled Puntas 2023, like written in a Sharpie. This was the unofficial first bottling of the Puntas blend that we just picked. Carlos signed it and then we all did as well, so Ocho could keep this bottle as a memory. It's just, what an amazing day. Carlos Camarena, Fanny, Marifer, Carla, the whole Camarena family, Jesse Estes, everyone involved with Ocho. Muchísimas gracias por invitarnos a ser parte de esta nueva etapa de la historia de Tequila Ocho. Qué honor estar aquí. Saludcita y nos vemos.